The Cross River State government has been accused of not having the political will to curb the protracted communal crisis in the state. The accusation was made by Chief Ukweni, a senior advocate of Nigeria, in an exclusive interview with Cross River Watch TV, where he stressed that there are many white papers yet to be implemented.
The essence of governance, the essence of people electing somebody, surrendering sovereignty to a particular person, is to ensure that that person is in a position to give them certain level of protection. That is why all of us who should have been on our own surrender our sovereignty to a sovereign, quote, those days, to say, oh, be our leader and protect us. So when when the person to whom we have surrendered our sovereignty to is incapable of protecting us, because that is what I have seen. That's what I've seen clearly, that the people we have given responsibility to be able to protect us are incapable of protecting us. There are various ways in which one can become incapable of protecting the citizens. One is obvious incapacity in the person, not having the ability to be able to do that. On the other hand, secondly, it could be that the person has the capacity to do that and knows what to do, but deliberately refuses to do it because of some other factors. The law is not self-enforcing. Law is not self-enforcing. By the organization of government constitutionally, we have three arms of government. You have the legislature that makes the law. You have the executive that executes the law. And you have the court system, that is the judiciary, that is saddled with the responsibility to interpret the law and apply them to individual cases. We are in a political situation where people have various interests. People have various interests. So our politicians, from what we have come to realize and from what we are seeing, are basically looking at their personal interests. Their personal interests is more paramount to them than the interest of the generality of the people. There are various communities that have had communal crisis, and then government set up commissions of inquiries to look into the problem. For instance, I have been involved in a number of them, a number of the commissions of inquiry that were set up. I was involved in the one between Usumutong and Ediba. And then there is a report of that Judicial Commission of Inquiry headed by the present Chief Judge of Cross River State. He was the chairman of the Judicial Commission of Inquiry to look into the communal dispute between Ediba and Usumutong. The Commission of Inquiry came up with reports and recommendations, and government had a white paper. In fact, in law, the report of the Judicial Commission of Inquiry that has received the approval of the government in the form of a white paper, oh, we recommend this, government accept this, is placed at the same position as a judgment of a high court. It's placed at the same position of a judgment of a high court. But where the government is lacking is the political will to be able to implement those decisions. And the worst of all, in our present situation, is even the will to set up commission of inquiries. I was surprised when I saw the one that was set up for Ere, the dispute in Ere. And I say, well, maybe because the deputy governor has interest in that area, maybe Otherwise, there have been several other disputes. Right here in our nose, New Nathan. They are no more there. They have been driven away from their community, and the government has done nothing up till now. Nothing has been done. So why will that not embolden other communities that feel they are stronger to go after others they feel are weaker than they are, to wipe them out, since they are fully aware that the government will do nothing? In our various status book, there are laws condemning such acts, but the government has no will to be able to, political will, to be able to do what they are supposed to do. We have the one of Nsado and Boje. Up till now, there is still problem brewing up in that area, because the government also, I also participated in the commission of inquiry in relation to the problem of Nsado and Boje. But as we are sitting down here, we've not seen any step taken by the government with regards to publishing the reports or whatever recommendations that have been taken by the government from what that commission of inquiry have done. Again, that same judicial commission of inquiry was presided over by the present Chief Judge, Honorable Justice Michael Eden. They spent sleepless nights, spent time, resources were spent in ensuring that that work is done. But it becomes sad that after the work has been done, nothing, no further step is taken. The papers are put somewhere and locked up. Maybe because one political office holder or the other believes that the recommendations are not favorable to his own side. So there is no political will in the government in ensuring that there is peace in the state. The state government is not living up to its expectation because it has the responsibility to ensure that there is peace and order in the state.
He concluded by calling on Cross Riverians and residents alike to use their votes and ensure that government lives up to expectations. Rose Afem from Cross River Watch TV.